Good evening, everyone. Mike Palmer from Know Your Rights Group and Success Coaching International with another important live video update. So the big news of last week, not that I'm sure it would have affected many people watching this video, but I am just reporting on it just to make another point about this digital society that we're being constantly pushed towards. And that, of course, was the major McDonald's outage that affected all McDonald's stores right around the country at the end of last week. Now, if you missed that story, you can look it up via this article. There was a number of articles that were doing the rounds. And this one says, Maccas hit by major IT issues as internal systems shut down. Hungry McDonald's customers are unable to be served around Australia after an IT outage caused mayhem. The internal systems have been offline since about 3:10 p.m. and it's not yet known when they'll be back or what caused the blackout. Some stores have closed completely while others are only taking cash orders. One store has a sign on its door apologising for the technical bungle. Due to a technical issue, we're unable to serve customers at this time, the sign read. We apologise for any inconvenience and hope to be back up and running soon. However, the matter is out of our control. You know what's within your control? And that's going back to good old manual systems, manual cash registers, taking cash. Okay, that's completely within your control and none of these IT outages would have affected you in any way, but you choose to go digital. Even the My Maccas app is out of action and there are signs at stores advising customers that FPOS is down too. We're aware of a technology outage currently impacting our restaurants nationwide and we're working to resolve this issue as soon as possible, a McDonald's spokesperson said. Angry and hungry customers have vented their frustrations online. One person wrote on social media, it's the end, we're all going to starve. Well, if you're going to starve because McDonald's is closed, you've got bigger problems to worry about, let me just say that. Another person joked, go to Hungry Jack's, the burgers are better at Hungry Jack's, so they say. Theories are circulating on social media about whether the McDonald's system has been hacked, but they are unconfirmed. Now, of course, it turned out it wasn't any sort of a hacking issue. It was just an IT system, but it highlights exactly what can happen when these digital systems go down. Now, again, I'm very hopeful that that outage didn't personally affect anybody actually watching these videos, because I'm sure that the people who follow this channel are smart enough to stay away from that McDonald's rubbish, but it does once again highlight the issues with digital systems and the need to keep physical systems and, of course, in particular, cash as a backup, if not as a primary method of payment. Now, speaking of digital and cashless systems, I saw an article actually this week saying that the F1 Grand Prix, which is on in Melbourne this weekend, is actually following in the footsteps of the MCG, which is what we read out on last week's radio show, and they too are heading towards going cashless. So if you're at the F1 Grand Prix in Melbourne this weekend, keep an eye out for this. It says Formula One Australian Grand Prix goes cashless. As this year's F1 season opener at Albert Park, Melbourne, fans will be able to speed through their purchase of food and drinks with the introduction of a new cashless system. A partnership between the Rolex Australian Grand Prix and cashless solutions provider Tappet will introduce RFID wristbands that can be prepaid and used at the bars at Club 15, located at the PK Premium Grandstand and the Ricardo Premium Grandstand. The purpose of the introduction of cashless payments is to reduce queues at the Formula One event, which is expected to see 300,000 fans attend over 4 days. The partnership is a 3-year deal that aims to expand the service to the entire Australian Grand Prix event in upcoming years. Now, listen to this. One of the exciting things about providing Tappet's cashless solution to an event as prestigious and high profile as this is that we can provide rich data into where, when and what fans are buying, said Jason Thomas, CEO of Tappet. We're excited to grow with the Australian Grand Prix Corporation over the next 3 years and together improve the event experience for all attendees. But this is all about gathering that data into where, when, and what the fans are buying. This is the problem. It's all about data and it's all about control. Okay, they're not even hiding, okay, the true purpose of this cashless system anymore. They're telling you flat out, straight out in the open, it's to track what you buy. So maybe if you were thinking of going to the Grand Prix, perhaps maybe just stay at home. Watch it on the big screen. You get a better view anyway. And if you were going to consume anything at the Grand Prix, just go down to your local store, pay them cash and consume it at home. Just a thought. Let's support local businesses and let's again keep paying with cash. Now, another important reminder that whenever you use these tap and go facilities, okay, you are the one who is losing. First and foremost, you're losing your privacy. You're being tracked. They're gathering data on you. But most importantly, I'm sure for most of you watching this, is you're actually losing your hard-earned money each and every time. Now, I think it was a current affair actually did a story on this, and there's an online story that you can look up as well in regards to all of the surging costs of these tap and go fees. So the article's entitled Why Consumers Are Being Slapped with Card Surcharges Almost Everywhere They Go. Whether it's hidden in your coffee or dished up with dinner, the fact is consumers are being slapped with card transaction fees almost everywhere they go. Most of us tap and go as a natural reflex, but Swinburne University Professor of Business Steve Worthington is concerned this practice could be exploited. You think it's only a few cents for us, but over time, over a week, over a month, over a year, it's a lot of money really that we're sort of giving away needlessly, Worthington said. Now, seriously, in this economic climate with all of the interest rate rises, the cost of living rises, who can afford to just give money away needlessly? Okay, and look, if you're watching this and you're in that fortunate position, maybe consider donating some to the Know Your Rights group and supporting all the work that we do if you're in a position to just give money away needlessly. The reality, of course, is most people aren't. So please make sure you're aware of this and please share these sorts of stories around as far and as wide as you can. My fear is that we'll end up paying another charge for their electricity and their water as well, which to me is distinctly unfair. A current affair hit the shops to determine just how common these surcharges are and which companies are behind them. Alongside the big four banks, we found businesses using companies like Square, founded by former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, and Lightspeed, Swipe and Tyro are also being used in Australia. Worthington said 1.9% is the average surcharge that Square would be charging, but payments made through BPay, PayPal, Diners Club, some American Express cards, and even taxi fares remain completely unregulated. There is no limit on how much a surcharge can be, and sometimes you don't see it until you get your receipt or your invoice, Worthington said. Australian company Look Who's Charging is helping consumers better understand where their money is going. I suspect the reality is we will still keep seeing surcharges because it's a very easy way of making some extra money, Worthington said, for the banks. But in the meantime, cash could be back in fashion. Let's certainly hope so, and I'll get back to that in a minute. I know a lot of merchants have gone away from accepting cash, but I'd like to think we should oblige to merchants to have cash as an option for those who wish to avoid surcharges, Worthington said. Absolutely. We should obligate businesses to accept cash, and as I've said a million times before, if businesses refuse to accept cash, then take your money, take your business elsewhere. So please, make sure that you, your family, your kids especially, okay, keep all of these extra hidden charges in mind whenever they, consider the convenience of tap and go. And remember that the ones who are actually profiting from your convenience are the big banks who are already posting multi-billion dollar profits on your backs. Okay, so while you're struggling, they're the ones who are taking advantage of you. And the stupid thing is that most people are actually thankful for being taken advantage of because it's so convenient to use these tap and go facilities. Okay, so keep things in mind and keep things in perspective. And of course, as always, this is a very timely reminder to make sure that you use cash at every single opportunity. Okay, and honestly, with very little effort and just a little bit of time, you'd be amazed that you'll find that you can actually pay most of your day-to-day bills with cash. Okay, just a little bit of hunting around, paying bills at post offices or going into, shops or things like that. You can pay most of your bills and most other things that you need to on a day-to-day basis with cash. Okay, and of course, by paying in cash means that you're taking more cash out, which means you're using ATMs more, you're hopefully going into bank branches more, and of course, all of that stuff all goes towards, helping, sway the data and the statistics and the figures back into the favor of cash in society, and that puts a big dent in their overall agenda towards this cashless society that the powers that be are just so relentlessly pushing for. Now, it's usually at this point that I urge everyone to sign up for Jason's petition for the Australian cash and banking guarantee, and indeed I will be doing that. But before I do, I wanted to give everybody a very important update from the man himself, from Jason Bryce. So this is from just the other week. As you can see, there's an update on the 13th of March, and this is what Jason says. Aussies are returning to cash. New data from the Reserve Bank of Australia shows Australians are increasingly choosing to use cash. 30.2 million ATM cash withdrawals were made in Australia during January 2024, not including EFTPOS cash outs and over-the-counter bank transactions, which is up by almost 500,000 or 1.6% from December 2023. So that's a huge increase. This is a big and significant jump in the number of cash withdrawals. It's now clear that many Australians are clearly choosing to return to using cash. Everyone is concerned about their privacy, their safety from online scams, and the uncertainty caused by regular payment system outages. The increasing number of cash withdrawals is being made at a decreasing number of bank-owned ATMs, contradicting the commonly repeated bank claim that branches and ATM closures are caused by changing consumer demands, which of course we know is all a load of rubbish. Our petition is working. Every week I'm talking to TV, radio and print media about our right to choose cash to pay for the goods and services we need to live. But I don't believe that only 164,000 people also want the right to use and access cash legislated in Australia. We have to spread the word and get more signatures so that we can't be ignored. Okay. Cash Welcome is a campaign started by Jason Bryce and supported by donations from the public and business. So I urge you to go and check that out. And of course, please make sure, if you haven't already done so, please add your signature to Jason's petition. That's the one to legislate a formal cash and banking guarantee in this country. There should be a link going up in the comment section. If you're watching this on Facebook, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're going to have to put in a little bit of effort and go online and search for petition to legislate a formal cash and banking guarantee in Australia. It's not that difficult, people. Do a search for it, add your signature, and then please, as always, pass this around to everybody else that you know so that we can put a serious dent in this relentless push towards a cashless society. And again, I would urge everyone to please make sure you go and check out that website that Jason mentions in that update, and that is cashwelcome.org. cashwelcome.org. Again, there should be a link going up in the comment section on the video on Facebook. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, just type in cashwelcome.org into your browser and you'll find it. And this is what the site looks like for those who want to see it. You can also do a search for this particular title, and I urge you to have a look at the website. It says cashwelcome.org is an industry initiative to provide a voice for cash and the millions of people who rely on cash every day. Cash must be welcomed throughout our economy to ensure that everyone can participate. Cash is safe, private, reliable, and, as I just mentioned before, surcharge free. Without cash, our economy is weaker because retailers and consumers are more vulnerable to computer failures, bank system outages, and even online criminals. Without cash, our privacy is at risk because all our transactions are recorded. Banks, lenders, insurers, search companies, and others may ask for our transaction history or use our transaction information in ways that we don't understand. With cash, everyone can budget easily, set limits, and understand what's going on without fees and without other parties involved in the transaction. Cash banknotes are generally cleaner than plastic credit or debit cards, says the Royal Australian Mint and other studies. Here at cashwelcome.org, you can check out our shop for the latest cash clothing, stickers, waist bag, and sweatshirts. Have a look at our video updates. Keep up to date with the latest campaign news at our blog and featured posts, and learn more about retailers that accept cash in our business spotlight. So again, check out that cashwelcome.org website, and by all means, I'm not affiliated with Jason in any way. I just think he's doing a great service, and by all means, go to the website and support him and buy some of the shirts and all the rest of it, and let's get this message out there for people to keep using cash. Now, of course, on a similar point, please make sure that you do join the Call Out Cashless Businesses Facebook group. Again, there should be a link going up in the comment section if you're on Facebook. And again, let's keep naming and shaming these businesses that refuse to accept cash, and of course promote those that do choose to accept it. And of course, don't forget that sister group, which is the Cash is King discussion group, and that is the perfect place to post these types of videos, all of these articles that I've just shown you. Anything to do with CBDCs, which we're about to talk about in a minute. Cash being king, the banks, all that sort of stuff. That Cash is King discussion group is a really good group to join as well. Now, as if anybody needed even more reasons why it's so important to keep using cash and to push back against this cashless digital agenda, have a listen to this latest article I'm about to read from Canada, where they're now openly talking about connecting social credit scores with banking. Now, you thought this was all something that, that's only just happening over in China. No, it's happening in Canada right now. And if it's happening in Canada, Australia won't be far behind. So here is the article that, again, I urge everyone to please make sure you go and read. So it is entitled, Canada to Incorporate Social Scores in Banking. The Canadian banking system is set to be radicalised by open banking framework. Proponents are framing this as a way for banks to easily share information and access user data. Here we go again with the data collection. The truth of the matter is that this is an opportunity to merge social standings with banking to provide government complete control over our finances. The organisation Open Banking Excellence, a World Bank partner, that should set off alarm bells for everyone straight away, that originated in the UK, claims that it will host all of a bank's relevant needs in one place. Gee, how convenient. The organisation, which has reached 40 countries, and you might want to look at the countries that it's already reached, aims to create exceptional platforms and content that promotes knowledge sharing, new thinking, and partnerships within the industry, catalysing the adoption of open finance and data for better financial inclusion worldwide. Kind of rings a bell of one world government, one world currency, all that kind of stuff, doesn't it? Maybe it's just me. It's about having that fairer, more inclusive, more open society, said Helen Child, founder of Open Banking Excellence. Open society? Well, that does sound familiar. Why is there a need for inclusivity and fairness in banking when it should come down to numbers? It drives financial inclusion, she added. It's democratizing data. Data that will be worth more than gold as we move forward with a cashless society. There is no easier way to control the masses than to control their access to money, their ability to buy, trade, and move freely about. The Canadian press outlined the true motive in plain sight. One of the biggest areas of growth is in credit assessments. Under open banking, lenders could directly access an individual's banking data so they can look beyond credit scores. Consumers can also use it to build their credit scores, for example, by proving reliable rent payments. Looking beyond credit scores equates to determining if a person is fit to participate in the global economy based on their personal views. Look what happened to Nigel Farage. He never committed a crime or did anything to warrant what they have called the Farage fiasco. Nigel was suddenly debanked by Coots and was unable to access any of his checking or saving accounts. His credit cards were deactivated. He was unable to participate in society without a moment's notice. This is a widespread phenomenon. We saw it happening commonly during COVID lockdowns, where users were not permitted to access places if their digital COVID passports failed. In China, when banks were facing a liquidity crisis, the CCP simply denied depositors the right to access their money and blocked them from physically accessing their banks. The government successfully prevented a bank run. We saw a few celebrities debanked from the system for voicing unpopular opinions without any legal proceedings or crimes committed. Canada is one of the many nations hoping to use unofficial social scores to control the masses. All of these actions are setting the stage for how CBDCs will operate, a collective network containing everyone's personal data and accounts. Governments have already begun debanking individuals, and these steps will make it increasingly easier to force the masses to bow down and relinquish all control to the almighty government. This is real, people. This is happening right now. It's not something in George Orwell's 1984. It's not something that only happens over there in China. This is happening right now in Canada, and you can bet your bottom dollar that it will be coming to Australia very, very soon. We need to keep pushing back at every opportunity, and we need to keep using cash at every single opportunity. So please do keep that in mind. Now, before I wind up tonight, a very quick reminder to make sure that you secure your seats to our live events around the country this year. Unfortunately, due to the ever-increasing costs of putting these live events on, and of course due to everyone's very busy schedules, not only us as the presenters, but you as the attendees, everyone's busier and busier and busier nowadays. It is very likely that this year these will be the last live events that we run around the country moving forward. So if you want your last chance not only to see us live, but to get direct access to all of the latest updated information and strategies for 2024, and most importantly to get to ask any questions that you might have from Australian speakers who are out there doing this day in and day out. Please make sure you secure your seats to those live events in your city via the various links that are on our seminar page. Again, you'll find that in the comment section. You'll also find it in the description to this video. And again, you can just click on the seminar tab on the knowyourrightsgroup.com.au website, and you'll find all the cities, all the dates, all the topics, all the start and finish times. Everything is there. Very easy to access on that page. So as I always do, I'm going to finish off tonight with some more memes to get people thinking. Oh, before I do that, here is just another one just to let you know the censorship is still rife. This is a notice to us, to the Know Your Rights group here from YouTube, saying that they have taken down another one of our videos. Hi, Know Your Rights group. We wanted to let you know our team reviewed your content and we think it violates our medical misinformation policy. Blah, 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 blah. But yes, they've taken down yet another video. So again, we have to be very, very careful about what we can upload to YouTube. Again, if you want to watch our videos, the best place to find them is on the videos tab on our Facebook page or on our BitChute channel. So just BitChute, CHUTE.com, and search for Know Your Rights Group channel, and you'll find all of our videos there, because that is a completely uncensored platform. All right, so on to those memes. Yes, we'll be talking about the digital cashless society, and this is a good meme from the Coles or Woolworths boardroom. Coles and Woolies, we will bring in self-checkouts and pass the savings on to customers. Yeah, right, as if that's going to happen. Yes, it's good old football time again, and everybody's losing their minds. And, here's the vision of what happens when their football team loses, Lord forbid. But, oh no, this is the sheep when, the government destroys your business, your family, and your health. Oh no, blah, 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 don't care. I mean, I was talking to someone just the other day, we were reminiscing, think back to the funerals that were missed, the weddings that were missed, the connections with loved ones that were missed, the businesses that closed down, the Christmases, the Easters that people didn't get to catch up with friends and family, all because of this, COVID pandemic. Again, I can't say too much because of the YouTube fact checkers, but you know what I'm getting at, okay? Let's never forget what they did to us, and let's ensure that we all stand united and ensure that it never, ever, ever happens again. Yes, I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this one. When you're trying to talk sense to the brainwashed sheep, that is the face that you pull. And I can tell you there are many days that I feel like that myself and just go, why do I even bother? But, we have to keep pushing on. We have to keep forging ahead, and we have to believe that we will break through. We will get through to the masses somehow, little bit by little bit. Things are starting to happen. There are little things that are starting to upset various groups of people, and it's about pushing those buttons and getting them to realize, the small things that upset them in that moment and the role they play in the bigger picture and the bigger agenda that's, of course, going on behind the scenes. Now, this one's a little bit blurry, but I like this one because, of course, I love to do my memes at the end of every video. And as it says there, memes have done more to free humanity than voting ever will. Change my mind. I think you'd have a tough time changing my mind on that one. So I'm going to leave things there for tonight. And as always, I do urge you to please make use of all the various resources that are available to you to please get informed, get fired up, and get proactive. We really need that this year more than ever before. As always, there's plenty of completely free information on all of the websites that you'll find. There's links in the description to the video. The videos themselves, as I said, completely free to watch on YouTube, BitChute, and our Facebook videos tab. Our radio shows, again, completely free to listen to every Tuesday night. Keep in mind we have a very big announcement for next Tuesday night's radio show, so you definitely want to tune in live for that between 8 and 10 p.m. Now, of course, if you want to go above and beyond that, don't forget our Know Your Rights book, the essential step-by-step manual for understanding and exercising your rights. Of course, that Aussie speeding fines book for discharging all of not discharging, that's for successfully challenging all of those various fines, traffic fines, COVID fines, unregistered dog fines. And for discharging your debts, of course, you have got that Bank Secrets Revealed book. So be sure to follow that 4-step process. Again, you can get those all individually. Again, you'll find links in the description. You get them as part of the combo pack. You save a little bit of money. You do get the bonus Know Your Rights tote bag included. Now, brand new product. If you missed Tuesday night show, make sure you check out our brand new land titles disc. Okay, Darren talked all about this on Tuesday night show. This is a must-have disc for every property owner in Australia. There's over 3,000 pages of information all about fee simple, the Torrens title system. So if you want to learn everything you need to know about land titles, grab this disc. Again, you should find a link going up in the comments. Otherwise, just go onto the shop page on our website and you'll find that on the first or second page. And of course, if you don't have a CD or DVD player in your computer, we do have, I think we've got about a dozen left of these USB CD, DVD drives. So you can just plug them in, whether you've got a PC, Mac, laptop, desktop, plug them in and you can read all of the CDs and DVDs with that. And of course, speaking of DVDs, don't forget that home study course, which is a complete recording of one of our 2.5-day live events. It's over 17 DVDs. There's a CD with all of the documents that we use, 3 custom-made workbooks. There's sections there to write notes next to every single slide from every single presentation. You pause, rewind, fast forward in the comfort of your own home and at your own pace. So it is a fantastic resource that you'll come back to again and again and again, year after year after year. And again, if you can't make it to the live events for whatever reason, again, make sure you grab that home study course. And of course, don't forget the caps and beanies are still
available. And again, we get reports from people all the time. Oh, yeah, someone saw my cap, saw my beanie, saw the logo, come and had a chat to me, and now we've made a great connection and all the rest of it. So grab at those as well. So I'm going to leave things there. We will be back, of course, on Tuesday night for our next radio show. Again, big announcement on that show. Otherwise, I'll be back next Thursday, which will be the final video before Easter. So make sure you tune in for that. Otherwise, have a fantastic weekend, everyone, and take care.